Lara and the Moonlit Key. Lara was a curious 8-year-old girl who lived in a small village beside a wide, gentle river, and every morning she helped her grandmother feed the chickens and gather fresh eggs before school, and every evening she and her best friend Yusuf ran along the riverbank to watch the sun set in soft pinks and golds. But one clear spring night after she finished her chores, she saw a soft silver light dancing among the tall grasses near the old oak tree, and when she crept closer she found a small, smooth key lying on a mossy stone that glowed faintly in the moonlight. So she picked it up and felt a gentle tingle of excitement in her hand, even though she was a little afraid. And when she told Yusuf about the whispering wind that had called her name, he nodded with a smile because he loved adventures as much as she did, so they agreed to set out together before dawn. Early the next morning they packed a small bag with 2 cheese sandwiches, 2 bottles of water, a warm scarf for Lara, a flashlight for Yusuf, a small compass, and the silver key wrapped in soft cloth. Then they promised Lara's grandmother they would return by noon and slipped quietly past the sleeping cottages to follow the narrow forest path, where ferns brushed their ankles, birds sang sleepy songs, and the rising sun painted the sky soft orange. As they walked, the silver key pulsed gently in Lara's hand, guiding them around a fallen log where they freed a little rabbit trapped under an old net. And when the rabbit hopped away, the key glowed green and revealed a tiny green gem in the moss which Lara placed in her pocket. And further on they came to a sparkling stream where Yusuf used his flashlight to cut a tangled fishing line and free a small fish. And as the fish darted back into the cool water, the key pulsed blue and a bright blue stone appeared on a smooth rock. They crossed the stream on stepping stones and climbed a hill dotted with daisies where they rescued a baby bird fallen from its nest, using Lara's scarf to carry it back to its branches. And the bird sang a cheerful song as it flew away, making the key glow yellow and reveal a tiny yellow crystal under the grass. After sharing their sandwiches under a tall oak, they followed the compass past wildflowers and mossy stones until they reached a hidden wooden door set into a rock wall, its surface carved with moon and star shapes. And when Lara slid the silver key into a crescent-shaped lock, the door swung open to reveal a secret garden bathed in moonlight, where pale blue flowers opened wide and a stone fountain stood silent at the center. A soft, kindly voice drifted through the garden air and said, "Welcome, brave friends, to the moonlit garden. Its heart is silent without moonlight. Please restore its glow." Yusuf and Lara dipped their water bottles into a gentle pool and poured 3 drops into the fountain's basin, and at once the water shimmered like liquid silver, sending a soft mist across the flowers until each blossom glowed like a small lantern, and fireflies rose to dance above the petals as though celebrating. The voice spoke once more, "Thank you. You have brought back my light. Take this gift." Then from a cluster of shining petals a single silver seed drifted down into Lara's hand, pulsing with warmth, and the voice said, "Plant this seed where hope is needed and new light will grow." With hearts full of joy, Lara and Yusuf stepped back through the door, which closed behind them as quietly as a sigh, and they retraced their steps past the oak, over the stream, and around the fallen log, replacing each rescued creature and leaving hidden gems where they had found them so only kind hearts could find them again. When they returned home, the village church bells were ringing for noon, and their families greeted them with relieved smiles. Lara's grandmother hugged her tightly and said, "You have a brave and kind heart." Yusuf's mother praised them both for their courage. That afternoon, Lara planted the silver seed beside the old stone well in the village square and watered it gently, and the next morning the villagers awoke to find a small glowing flower shining softly in the sunlight. Neighbors gathered around in wonder, tasting the flower's petals that had a gentle sweetness and a promise of hope, and the children celebrated with a simple feast of bread and fruit by the well. Lara and Yusuf told everyone of the hidden garden under the moon, of the whispering key, and of the lantern of fireflies, and their story was passed from neighbor to neighbor until the whole village learned that a tiny act of kindness and a spark of courage can open secret doors and bring gentle magic into the world. That night, as Luna the puppy curled at Lara's feet, she placed the silver key and her small glowing flower by her bedside, wrote in her notebook, "Kindness and courage like that darkest places, and fell asleep dreaming of moonlit gardens and the adventures that still waited beyond the next silver key.